everybody. This is the Black Flag Running Club. I'm your head coach, Aaron Adronier. It is week 14, and we got a big, exciting weekend in front of us as we got a lot of stuff going on. First and foremost, on Saturday, many of us will be going out and doing our regular scheduled long run, which will be taking us from Crown Point up into La Jolla. Your second option, which many of you guys are already been practicing or been preparing for quite a while, is the La Jolla Virtual Half Marathon, which I think many of us will be doing actually on Sunday morning. So if you're doing La Jolla, you've got a couple options that's in front of you. So first and foremost is, I believe the La Jolla Half Marathon race director had sent out an email with how to be able to log in, how to be able to certify that you actually ran the race virtually. Now where to actually run, because you may not be familiar with where does a 13-mile route actually look like. So what I've done is I've created two Strava links for you. One of them is the actual La Jolla course itself, modified slightly so that we can still do that course, but obviously we can't get into the fairgrounds and things of that nature. So this is how that's going to work. You're going to start off just outside the Del Mar Fairgrounds, and you're going to be running basically the exact same course as you would be for the actual race itself, then finishing back off. Now the downside to that particular course is you need somebody to pick you up and drop you off to be able to complete that one. So there's that. The second option is that we do a repeat of the San Diego Half Marathon. Now this one I particularly like. It's got the same similar type of incline, so your time should be similar as to what they would be at a race like La Jolla, but you get to start and stop at the same location, so parking is really easy for you as well. Again, this starts you down in the downtown area. It has you go along the frontage road there in front of the convention center, through Liberty Station, up Washington Street, and straight back downtown, and then that'll complete your total 13.1 miles. So whichever course you like, but both of those will be happening this weekend. I also wanted to make sure that everyone saw the map challenge that we've got set out for the club. If you missed it in our post on Monday, what we're doing over the next 2 weeks are we're encouraging you to go out and be creative on your runs utilizing Strava. So you may have seen some examples of these in the past where runners will go out, they'll run using the heat map on Strava, and they'll spell out words, they'll draw pictures, they'll do all kinds of fun things out on the roads, and then when they look at where they've ran, it spells something out or a picture has been drawn for that. So that's what I'm challenging you guys to do over the next 2 weeks. So basically go out there, run any type of course that you like, make sure it has something to do with the Black Flag, post it to our Instagram account at Black Flag Running Club, and use the hashtag BFRC Map Challenge, and whoever gets the most number of likes, you're going to win a free pair of Gooder sunglasses. So kind of something unique and different to do. We're already doing these miles as it is, but maybe adding something like that into the mix will make it a little bit more interesting and see who could, introduce some of the more competitiveness that I know that some of you guys like as well. So free pair of sunglasses are coming your way. Let's see who can be the most creative and get the most number of likes. All right, so next up, let's talk about where we're actually going to be running this weekend. So what we've got currently scheduled right now is that we're starting at Crown Point. Then we'll go over this a little bit more in the map, but basically running along the inside of the bay until we hit over on the boardwalk. Then from there, heading north and taking us into La Jolla. So I've understood that sometimes these pathways are open, other times they are completely closed off. So it's a little hard for me to give you day of directions because I don't know what signs are going to be out there. But here's what I can generally tell you. Over at Crown Point, option one, if you can make it down to the boardwalk, go ahead and run on the boardwalk. If for some reason that section is closed off, then you can run along the street or the sidewalk that runs parallel to that boardwalk just a little higher up, almost all the way around. When you head out to the coast, if for some reason you're not able to get on the main boardwalk that runs up through that Mission Beach area, you can run on the street that's one block in, and that's completely open as well. So you may have to make some adjustments on the fly. All right, so now that we've got everybody prepped and ready to go for La Jolla, let's talk next about the Rock and Roll Half and Full Marathon. So as you may know, that date is pending. We don't know when the race is going to be organized. We also want to be mindful that we're not staying too high in our mileage without a dedicated race in mind, as that can lead to injury and overtraining. So what we're going to start doing starting this week moving forward, I'll be giving you a low and a high end range of mileage, and then you can pick anything within that range that seems the most appropriate for you. I will say that I'm also going to be making mention that every 4 weeks we're going to fall into a recovery mode. So if you are doing the highest end of that range, you will want to drop back in your mileage every 4th week, and again, allow your body that opportunity to recover. So with that, let's take a look at what we've got planned for the Rock and Roll Half Marathon group. All right, so we've got all 3 groups running. This is what we've got laid out for you. The run walk program, you guys will be out there for a total of 100 to 120 minutes. Your interval is listed as a 2-8 or 2-3. So this means 2-minute walking followed by 8 minutes of running, or 2 minutes of walking followed by 13 minutes of running. And then again, either 100 or 120 minutes, anywhere within that range would be completely appropriate. Next up, we've got the intermediate group. You guys are going to be out there for a total of 11 miles. And then the PR chasers, you've got a little bit wider of a range. You guys are going to be out there between 11 miles and or as much as 18 miles. I'm thinking the vast majority of you guys are going to be right around in that 16 to 18 mile range, getting you up and prepared for the full marathon when we get that new assigned date. Now, if you decide to take a little lower distance, but you want to still have a, increase maybe the level of intensity, one thing I will make a recommendation for you is perhaps run the first part of your long runs at a nice casual pace like you normally run, nice, slow, easy miles. And then one of the things that we can work on running through the fatigue that we're going to be feeling these races is those last 3 miles, try to bring it up to what your goal half or full marathon finishing pace would be. So something kind of different that we haven't done in the past. Usually we talk about running these long, slow miles on a casual pace. For these ones, I want you to start thinking about running the first part of them that way, but then again, those last 3 miles, how do you prepare yourself, or how do you actually operate when you start running under fatigue and trying to push that pace in those last 3 miles? So something new. I think you'll find it definitely challenging, and you'll find that it has a very good end result when we actually get to the race itself. All right, so next up, we've got the restart program. We're in week 6 for you guys, so let's take a look at what we've got planned for you. If you're part of the restart program, the run walkers, you guys are going to be out there for a total of 110 minutes. You have a new interval this week where you'll be doing 1 minute walking followed by 4 minutes of running, or 2 minutes of walking followed by 8 minutes of running. This is a new interval for you, but I know you'll do it and you'll do it well. The intermediate program, you guys are going to be out there for a nice, easy 10-mile run today. All right, so that's our Saturday run and completes week 14 for us. Thank you everybody for going out there, putting forth the best effort, and trying to work with us as we kind of manage through these difficult times, especially those who have been training for a longer race. So like La Jolla, I know this is definitely not the training approach that you had in mind when you signed up at the beginning of the season. However, if you've been sticking with your programs, really, try not to let it get too much in your head, and really just focus on going out there and putting forth your best effort and really doing well, even though it is listed as a virtual race. I'm sure you'll do awesome. All right, so that concludes week 14. Remember, stay connected, be safe, run strong. We will see you guys next Monday with our post as we head into week 16. Bye guys.